The Mortgage Minute today being brought to you by our friends at Geneva Financial when you're ready for that next home loan. Geneva's got the programs and the products. You just need to make the call, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. S&P 500 now up 15.09. The 10-year Treasury down 10 basis points at 4.011. Mortgage-backed securities are now up 42 basis points. Again, that's telling us that interest rates are down a bit. That's a pretty big move in mortgage-backed securities. And every day at this time, OBMMI, they provide the most comprehensive, accurate, timely, and interactive analysis of pricing ever conducted in the mortgage industry, calculated from actual locked rates with consumers across 35% of all mortgage transactions nationwide. 30-year conforming locked at 7.071. The 30-year jumbo, 6.728. FHA, 6.831. The USDA loan, 6.898. And the best loan on the market for those that earned it, 6.712 for the 30-year VA loan. But you can find all that information on that super secret website, google.com. Why is the market doing what it's doing? Well, I told you a little bit in the last segment about comments from Ohio Senator Sherrod Brown, who wrote a letter to Fed Chairman Jerome Powell urging him to stop hiking rates. He tried to remind him that the Fed has two mandates: maximum employment and inflation, not just inflation. He explained that monetary policy takes time to reduce inflation and that more rate hikes would cause job losses. Does that surprise anybody? Have we talked about that?
Surprise.
Bonds continue their rally higher, and as we will go over the technical section, I'm going to give you more about that. So as a result of the political pressure, Peter Bookvar said this morning that he believes the Fed will hike 75 basis points in November, 50 basis points in December, but that would mark the end of the Fed rate hikes. We hope that Peter Bookvar is correct. New home sales measures signed contracts on new homes fell almost 11% in September at a 603,000 unit annualized pace. This was actually stronger than estimates that were looking for 13% decline. Sales are now down 17.6% from last year. There were 462,000 homes for sale at the end of September, but only 56% or 12% are actually completed. At the current pace of sales, there's a 9.2 month supply, but when factoring in the amount of completed homes, the month supply is 1.1 months. Median home prices rose 8% last month to $471,000 after a 6% decline in the previous month, all due to the mix of sales. There was a big uptick in sales of homes in the $500,000 and over segments. Probably not real good for the market because that's just telling us that the working population having a little bit of a challenge. Oh, here it comes again. We've got Diana Olick. Yeah, we know about Diana Olick. Anytime she speaks, you got to just really be careful. She claims, according to Pulte Group, 24% of contracts were canceled in the third quarter. Sounds alarming, but it's also important to note that generally we have 15% cancellation, so it's not quite as bad as she would say. You got to put context on this stuff, Ms. Olick. According to Redfin, when looking at existing home sales, 17% of contracts were canceled, which sounds bad, but last year 14% were canceled when rates were much lower and the market was on fire. Additionally, they reported that 22% of homes for sale had a price drop, but a lot of this could be listing prices that are unreasonable. However, the average sale to price ratio was at 99.2%, which means that when priced correctly, the homes are moving fast and there are not a lot of price reductions. They also cited the 46% of homes still had multiple offers. Now, be aware that we do share some of these numbers, and not all the numbers that we share match up. And I want to make sure that you understand that when I tell you that 33% of the single family homes generally have a price reduction. Right now, we're at about 42%. That's just single family homes. This number that's coming out now from Redfin is talking about existing home sales. So it's all homes. It's not just the single family ones. So be aware of that issue. Again, our friends over at Geneva Financial, they've got a lot of great programs for you. Don't try and figure out what the right one is yourself. Give us a call at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. We'd be happy to chat with you and explore what might be the right option for you. That's the Mortgage Minute, brought to you by our friends at Geneva Financial. When you're ready for that next home loan, Geneva's got the programs and the products. You just need to make the call, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990.